Toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hands up! Green 18!
Check 56.
Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up!
First and 10 for Dalton. And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit. They're going to ride the momentum of this crowd.
And he's going to be brought down. Let's bring it. Back at his own 6-yard line. Vontez perfect. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going deep downfield for Wrong. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Right there.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Check heavy. Check 13.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Slam.
From midfield, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
It's a party now. Low. Get wide. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Geno Atkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Come on, let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Regular. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Go. Interception. All day,
but to me, it's pretty
let's
simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
808.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
That's it, baby.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now, 54. 180. 54. 180. We're good. Blue 80. Kill. Go, Chief. Kill.
Check 31.
Here's Carr.
Crash.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Brown, his first catch. It's a first down. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch the delay.
Check your hot read. Purdue. Watch out.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. This one grabbed by A.J. Green.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Looking left-sided, he's got a man. That's Malone. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. figures out defenses.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Vontez Perfect in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
It's our time.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
56.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton.
D-line, get that quarterback.
That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Get ready.
They convert on third with a gain of 22. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, it's giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Throwing again. Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be big enough and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Bullock's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field. Trying to figure out who can gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield. You find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Second year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it.
Check, 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 check.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And bulldozing his way through. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy. Unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
It's caught. Smith. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a second down.
Get him, boy.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Running the toss here to Jacobs.
Come on, run.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah!
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hatch it.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Dalton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Don't go this way.
That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here we go.
Shift! Watch the shift! 12, Dumbo.
Switch. Check. Lucky.
Deuce right, Chief.
Check.
White. What's up?
They'll run on first down. Jacobs.
Let's go. Come on. Run to the ball.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
We eat out here.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And Dalton to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they got it first and 10.
Check 25, check 25.
Carr gives it off to Washington. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Check 50, check 50.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. To throw again. Carr.
Tighten up, tighten up.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that takes us from second to third down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we have reached halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Step it up.
From the 24, Carr. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch the safety. Rush in,
On third and long, it's Carr.
Rush in.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Bengals
Let's go, let's go!
at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
All day, every day, any day.
2nd and 5 now. Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They found Godfrey in the backfield.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Woo! Let's get it.
22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They come up in an offset eye. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Twist.
You go tight. You got tight.
Move that down.
Shift.
This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Did your high school have that saying, push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and, boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Now Carr.
Check 3. Shift.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
Alert. Check.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
You got him.
It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. Here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Bring it up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
All day.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. And right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Carr.
Hey,
Waller taking it in over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
We're going to work.
11 yards there, first down.
Down. 185.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Pick me up. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Back now in the East Bay as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Ross on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play call because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton looking deep downfield. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. What's the run?
You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And now here is another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You crazy. You crazy, boy.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
I got you, son.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
Let's go.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Nixon.
Run.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Yeah, baby.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Let's go,
and it's intercepted at the goal line. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
3 down. Check. Watch twist.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Down. 180.
Mike's 5-4. You can't block me.
Shotgun now for Carr. Man open left side is Brown.
Let's go,
That one
boys.
goes for 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Get it in here. Come on.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
He's going deep for Brown. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. You got the slim lead late in the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up the ball. Hey.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Come on.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
56. Let's go.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough third and 18.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the flat. Watch the 2x2. Move. Watch the flat. Motion.
Big spot. Andy Dalton.
Tight dog.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
54-yard attempt.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Let's go!
Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all. And they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense.